don't tell you what abuse looks like.
Yeah.
And I get the question all the time is, you don't look like you've been through anything. How? How I supposed to look? How do a victim look after she been victimized?
Right.
After she been shot?
Right.
After she done buried her 4-year-old son at the age 30? How? And it's sometimes, amazing to me when I try to explain, because it's unimaginable, unexplainable. And then I catch myself trying to put it into words for people that still don't understand, because truthfully, I don't really understand. I just know he saved me.
Amen.
And I'm still here.
Amen.
And I like to tell people, just like doubt for Thomas, when he didn't believe, I have the marks in my hand where the bullet did. It was there. It was there.
My God.
So, not having that violent upbringing, getting into my career, law enforcement, again, not knowing only what we could arrest for.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
So if I did not, honestly, I didn't really know the true definition of what domestic violence was until after I was a victim and after my incident, my personal incident. I didn't know.
So for the survivors that are tuning into this episode, if you catch us on several episodes prior, it is a part 1 that you don't want to miss, because we go into the details of the accident, of the incident, the tragic event that happened in her life, and the reason why she started Austin Tyler Foundation 20 years ago. So now we're getting into Ladonna's personal life and where she is as a woman, where she was before, how she sees herself now compared to how she used to see herself. So we're going into the person behind the foundation for this episode, just to let you know. So catch that one.
Yeah. So, I have always been that one, self-motivated, self-driven. I mean, I knew I was going to be a police officer as a young girl.
Really?
Watching Superwoman.
It was Superwoman?
Yeah. So it was.
She wasn't
it was
a police officer,
no,
but somehow
but it was
because
just
she was
the
like a
related.
vigilante.
Exactly.
Okay, I got you.
So it was all of that. So getting my career, the degrees, buying my house, cars, all what America sees you as successful. That was my life, enjoying life until I had my son in 2000. Still making the sacrifice and switching. Career-wise, I have always excelled in my career in some form of law enforcement, or then I went to the state and I was doing fraud, waste, and abuse, working with the public assistance programs.
Okay.
So that was another tool that I had that I can assist my victims in, because I had that background to say, hey, no, we need to apply for Medicaid, you need to file for food stamps, TANF, whatever
Resources are out
resource.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
So you knew it.
I knew it. So that, again, that's my background. Then working for DFAX call center for a year. So, knowing the policy and all that stuff. So I moved my career up from law enforcement to investigator to team leads to managers to now I'm a director. So, yeah, I had plenty of different roles as a woman, as a career person, but I have always been that people person. I don't meet a stranger. I mean, young, I never did, because I like that interaction and talking, just like how we met,
It was instant.
It was instant, like, bam, here we are.
Yeah.
So just that life and shifting. And after my incident, I didn't know that love was a possibility, because I didn't know how to mend my heart back together. But I allowed God to mend it. And it is my Cinderella story, because I tell him, I teach him all the time about this, and I'm going to make sure
This is your current husband.
tell him that, you worked so hard that you should have my last name, not me having your last name. Because I was broken.
Yeah.
You know, I had so many guards, I didn't trust. I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to do that. And then one day, you know, I just let it down. And he was like, and one day he wouldn't go nowhere. No matter what I did.
Were you subconsciously kind of testing to see if this was going to last?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was just like, okay.
You're just going with the flow?
I was just going with the flow,
Okay.
and was like, okay, maybe he'll leave, you know, because if you don't treat him right, you know, they'll find somewhere else. And so I was like, you know, I really didn't want, you know, it was just so much.
So he had to deal with the aftermath of
Yes.
the healing, which healing takes time.
Yes.
And it's up and down.
It's up and down.
We got to tell the survivors that it's real and it's hard. It's not easy, but
how I look today,
yeah,
this was a process. This was
Yes.
the 20-year process.
Wow.
And it's still a process.
Still working through
It's
some
still
things,
because
right?
you have triggers, you have pop-ups, and that's what I was telling people as well. They was like, it's 20 years, and you still have? Absolutely.
And
That-
I'm so glad that you say that unapologetically. Because that's never going to go away.
It's
You
not
don't
gonna
just
go away.
extract the memories out of your brain.
You can't.
They're in there.
They're in there.
We just got to work through them.
You got to
we
work
got to
through 'em.
mitigate it. We're
Yes.
aware that they're there. And then we just like approach somebody, be like, okay, this is happening. It's not
How?
about you.
Yeah,
We're
but-
working through it. I love you. I'm giving
But-
you a hug. But,
I got
and tomorrow, I don't know.
Yeah.
Next week, I don't know.
whatever. It might be something.
How do you see yourself now after 20
Now,
years?
I say I am that Proverbs 31 woman.
Woo!
I say
Yes.
he did turn my ashes into beauty.
Yes.
Understanding in death, nothing makes me. I make it.
Yeah.
I heard Pastor Long, Bishop Long, before he passed, he did the difference, a sermon on the difference between a thermostat and a thermometer.
Okay.
Wow. Blew me. Blew me. Blew me.
Blew you
Because a thermostat, you setting the temperature.
You're setting it.
You setting it. So whatever room you enter in, you setting the atmosphere. The thermometer is taking your temperature. Which one you want to be?
Ooh, that thermostat, girl. I don't even gotta think twice. Now I do need to know where I'm at.
Yes.
So that way I know where to set it.
Exactly.
Right? Because if I'm too high, I gotta set it low
got-
so I can get even.
But
right?
see,
We gotta
you
meet
knowing,
here.
it comes with identification.
Yeah.
Knowing where you at.
Yes, yes.
In you. Because if you know who you are,
yeah.
whose you are,
I know.
and who's dependent upon you,
That's your focus.
that's the focus.
Yes, a
That's the
focus.
focus.
Yeah.
And no one can come and redirect me, because I already know the what he say. I know the purpose and the plan for your life. So nobody else can come. They could just come and confirm my path, my journey that he already showed me that I'm going to have.
Beautiful. Thank you for those words of wisdom.
Thank
Thank you for allowing us to step into your life for 20-something minutes. And are you ready for a little? So we're going to be a little lighthearted right now. 'cause
Okay.
we know we've been talking some heavy stuff.
Some heavy stuff, but
And-
important.
Extremely important. So the survivors understand that
Yes.
this is possible. Transformation, life, giving,
I did it-
abundant life that
Yeah.
you have. Are you kidding me?
He said, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard.
Woo.
To sit here 20 years later and to know my life and where I'm at here, not only physically, not only spiritually, not emotionally, not financially. Couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine.
Yeah,
Without him,
that's right.
he made this all possible.
Oh.
All possible.
Girl, you speaking to the choir.
Mindshift.